If you have children and have ever asked them to clean their room, then perhaps the results may look like the following. It's not uncommon to assign a task for our children to go clean up their bedrooms. And if we do not follow up, usually that task results in what we see here on the screen, right? Without effective follow-up, a child, myself included, will just go to your room and find something else to make a mess with and play and have fun. And sometimes that's okay too. So how do we effectively follow up with our organizations? That's really what we're here to talk about today. So stay tuned. We'll jump right to it. So following up really is the process of being able to first of all, identify what it is that we need to follow up on and quickly get to that place to do the follow-up activity. So what we don't want to do is find ourselves stuck in the mire that it's more difficult for us to follow up than to just do the task ourselves. We want to be able to streamline the process using task management, streamline the process, assign the task out to somebody. Perhaps you're using an automated form like you see here, but assign that task out to somebody to quickly and efficiently do follow-up and be able to use other people within the organization, perhaps an assistant, to help with those follow-up activities. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that, as well as the kind of benefit that comes from this level of follow-up is that you motivate those that perhaps have been less motivated to produce results. You motivate them through this activity as well. So let's take a look here and see what an example of a plan might look like when we come to follow up. It looks like my screen is off just a smidge, but that's okay. So here, this is an example on the screen here with two plans. One is this is the first plan, a personal plan, and then this is a secondary plan. Now here, I named it personal plan, but I could name this anything I want, right? M365 plan, for example, might be a better way to look at it. So here I have an M365 plan, and I have assigned this task out to Maria, and I've asked her to do whatever this task is, right? Notice the unique identifier right here. I've, at the same time, using automation, I've been able to take this document, right, this task that I made the assignment, and create a follow-up task in the same form. So when we talk about using a form, we're talking about using a form just like this. I fill out the task to be done for Maria in M365, and right accompanying it, right at the bottom, it says, would you like to do a follow-up? Yes, I want to do a follow-up. And then it automatically generates this second task right here. So it automatically creates that for me. So notice here that this date is set to the 19th. This date is set to the 30th. So that's off whack, right? So this would be when that task is due. And then this might be set to 5/19 if you wanted to give a few weeks after when the task is due. Whatever works for you. Also, what's critical here is that Maria, as she executes this task, all of her information that she's working on, all that collaboration with other people, all the attachments, everything is going into this task. So that means that as a follow-up, I don't need to stay on top of everything that's going in there on a day-to-day basis. The only time I need to really stay on top of it is when I want to do the follow-up. And then I have the reference ID right here. I know that it's sitting over inside of this plan. I go to it, I search for this, remember, using our search capabilities. I go to this, I search for it, and boom, I see it, I read, I take just a minute to read up on all the comments and collaboration, and then I'm good to go. Now, one of the nice things about this is when you begin to follow up on individuals, in this case, following up on Maria to make sure this is done, you will notice an increase in their performance. They will automatically, because nobody wants to be seen poorly by the boss or by somebody who's assigned a task. So you're automatically going to increase performance without you ever having to really say, hey, you got to get this done. They're going to automatically know that they want to get it done. And one of the reasons they do that is because this provides clarity to them. They have complete clarity as to what's expected and what is needed moving forward.